Hello everyone, so welcome to this Explain 10 video. Today we are going to perform a flight from Geneva to Strasbourg time. It's a very short flight departing Geneva International Airport, and we'll be flying north and arriving to Strasbourg time. And the weather today is okay. It's overcasted, and we are the 18th of January, so the temperature is quite low. We're gonna fly in maybe some icing conditions arriving to Strasbourg. We'll be performing our flight today with the Airbus A330, and this is from the Jarldesign A330. It's an extremely well modelized plane. So we are now on ground with all our ground units connected. We have the fuel truck, loaders, stairways, and the GPU, the ground power unit here. So we have already prepared our route on the flight planner side, so this route is not really complicated. We just have using the UL47 airways and UL164 airways. So let's get a look inside the cockpit of this A330 as we're starting up in cold and dark situation here. So everything is off. We're going to start this bird up and let's fly to Strasbourg. So first of all, we'll just need to fuel this bird. So we need the fuel quantity needed for Airbus A330 from Geneva to Strasbourg is estimated at 4.3 tons. But as we want to be sure in case we have some delay and to have some extra fuel, so we'll make it. So let's make it 8 tons here. So we have 4 tons of reserve fuel. Let's refuel the plane now, and as we've refueled, the refueling is over, we can disconnect the fuel truck. So right now let's just get this plane started. So let's switch on the batteries 1 and batteries 2. The APU batteries is also switched on. I will connect all these batteries to the external power, the ground power unit, the GPU, sorry. And as the plane now is powered up with the power units, we just set some cockpit temperature here and the cabin temperature. As we're loading passengers now, let's just set the cabin temperature to something acceptable. We'll switch on the lights here so we can see better. And the standby compass. We'll activate our navigational tools, which adheres 1, 2, and 3. Just put our strobes lights and beacon lights on, things light and logo lights out there. Now let's grab a look at our pedestal here. Let's switch on our radio, the weather radar, and the wind shear is set to auto, so that's fine. Just put some float light here, bottom lights, and some pedestal lights. It's bright. Fantastic. Just check our reverse control if it's working. That's fine. So right now we can just switch off this dome light and the control light. That's where this the day flying situation. And the temperature outside is actually quite low, so we just want to activate the windows heat right now, so that we don't have any icing situation on our glaciers. We'll just now set up our flight management computer. We'll just initiate this flight management computer. We're flying from Geneva, which is LSGG. Oh, we have the 8 before. Let's just clear it. LSGG, and we're flying to Strasbourg, which is LFST. We'll enter this here, and we'll align the IRS. We'll set our cruise altitude and cost index later on. Go to our next page of initial page. We're 0 fuel weight and fuel on block of 8 tons of fuel on block, so everything looks fine to me. So the flight plan, we'll be departing here from Geneva, and let's just give a look at the control of Geneva. Is the Geneva approach connected today? So let's reel the ATC. So today the departure runway, it's runway 05. The transfer level is 8,000 feet, so the departure here is runway 05. And let's just contact first the approach so that they can give us our departure and everything. Let's contact the approach.
Link engaged.
So the ATC info is echo. Just need to notify this to the controller. So let's contact the controller. Geneva approach, good afternoon sir, Lufthansa 296. We have information echo on board and request startup for Strasbourg Einstein. You can hear a thing of the guy. I'll let him finish, and with that we don't hear anything. Geneva approach, Lufthansa 296. Can we do a microphone check? It was, I receive you 1/5.
Sure, I can.
Geneva approach, Lufthansa 296. This is radio checking.
296, I receive you 555.
Geneva approach, we receive you 2/5. The volume is really low. Can you just speak louder, please?
296, I call you back.
No problem, thank you. So as the guy checks his, the controller checks his microphone, let's just set our cockpit to for the
Lufthansa 296,
fantastic.
are you ready to copy?
296, we are ready for copy.
Lufthansa 296, startup approved, Alvo 7 November, departure runway 05. Initial climb 90, squawk 5701.
So startup is approved for Strasbourg and departure is Arbor 7 November. Runway news is runway 05, initial climb 090 and squawk box 5701, Lufthansa 296.
Lufthansa 296, feedback correct, and for a new radio check.
Radio check is okay, we receive you 555, Lufthansa 296.
Thank you.
Okay, so he gave us those information, really important information. We're departing runway 05 and the departure procedure is Arbor 7 November, which is here. We selected with no transition here, and we insert it in our flight plans. We insert that, and then after Arbors we can enter our first waypoint, which is in our flight plan here. So it's UL 47 to Pendu. So UL 47 here to Pendu. We're really lucky today to have ATC coverage as we're Monday, and the controllers are really rare, so I'm not sure if we're gonna have any other coverage to Strasbourg, but anyway, we'll just cope with that. So Pendu, it's okay, we insert that, and after Pendu the next waypoint, the next airways and waypoints are UL 164 to Lul. So UL 164, that's Toulouse, and I think our flight plan stops here. Yeah, and after we'll just get from the controller some information about the arrival, if there is any controllers there, and we just check our flight plan and remove all flight plan discontinuity, which is this one. Now we remove that, we insert it, and everything looks fine to me. Now we can go back to our initial page here and just set our cruise altitude. We wanted to fly at 340. That's 34,000 feet. Oh, that's too high for him. Well, let's just lower it a bit. So 320. That might be accepted. Still too high. Come on, let's set it down to 300. Oh, I don't understand that. Let's just put our cost index first, and we'll enter our flight plan here. Oh, okay. Let's just enter the arrival. in Strasbourg. I know that should be runway 23 in use, unless we have any controllers connected to Strasbourg, but I don't think so. Oh, there's no one in Strasbourg, so let's I think that's usually we use ILS runway 23 for Strasbourg, and the arrival procedure will be Louis 6 Victor, and yeah, SAV, and no, that's it, and we enter it in our flight plan here. We'll insert that. Okay, and our flight number is then 2906. Let's go to our performance pages. Our takeoff speed and 140, 143, 147 transition altitude. The thrust reduction altitude is that when we take off, we use the toga power, that is takeoff powered, and this is the really high rated engine mode, and this engine mode can just last for a few minutes. So that means at 2,400 feet the engine will just go back to the normal mode, and we just get out of this takeoff powers. The flex temperature today is F44, and we're gonna trim up, but we're taking off with flaps 2. And the trim setting will be 3.0. Okay, so we're quite okay here. Let's just update the METAR here. That's the weather forecast for this airport, and the QNH is 1018. So let's set our QNH to 1018. Okay, so as everything is okay now, let's just switch on our APU just to get this plane ready. Activate the APU bleed, and passengers on board, so we're just gonna grab on this no smoking lights, and we'll ask them to put their seatbelts because we're about to depart. So the initial climb here is 90, so it's 9,000 feet, 9,000 feet, and he told us the squawk box here. The squawk box is 5701, so we'll just set our squawk to 5701. Zero and 1. That's our squawk box. We have set the squawk box. So the APUs are available now. We can disconnect all the ground units. The attendant just called
All
me.
passengers on board. Can I close the door?
Yes, please close the door.
Passengers complains wet in the cabin too cold. May I ask you to increase the temperature?
Okay, we'll increase the temperature, no
Yes,
problem.
please.
So we are removing all our ground units. They are disconnect. Okay, bye everyone. Have I not removed the GPU, the ground power unit? Let's remove that. Okay.
Before start checklist completed.
Our before start checklist is complete. So now we can call the ATC and tell them we are ready to depart. So let's just hide all. Sorry, it's from here. Someone just called me here. Okay, no one calls me, no problem. So we're ready for pushback. Oh, let me just load my charts first. Okay, so now as we are ready, we are ready now to depart. We'll just call a pushback truck and call back the controller to tell him we're ready to push back. Geneva approach at 296, so we are ready for pushback and startup engines.
Lufthansa 296, push and start is approved, facing east.
Push and start approved, they're facing east, the Lufthansa 296. So he gave us a clearance to push and start facing east. So we just put our engine selectors on so that when the pushback starts, we can start the engines. Well, we just made a little mistake. In my call sign is Lufthansa 296, but I've mistaken my liveries. I've taken an Air France plane. But in anyway, that's not a big deal here. Let's say that. Let's just imagine it's a Lufthansa plane.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is connected. Awaiting your instructions.
ATC clearance for push and start. Please confirm. All ground equipment and services clear.
Ground equipment and jetty clear. Doors closed and steering pan in position. Set park brake to release, please.
Okay, so let's release
Park
the
brake
power.
off.
Brakes released. Clear to push.
Copy. Brakes off. Clear to push. Pushback starting. You may start engine, sir.
So now the pushback starts, yeah. Let's start one of our engines, yeah.
Starting engine 1.
The flight attendant just called me earlier. I don't know what that. I think it's still for this cabin temperature too high.
Passengers complains wet in the cabin too cold.
Oh, come
May I
on.
ask you to increase the temperature?
Okay, I'll increase it. Don't worry. Let me just increase
Okay.
it. You guys just. As we're starting the engines, we should also activate our fuel pump so that engines will be feeded by fuel. Let's see where we are in our pushback. So let's start our number 2 engines here.
Starting engine 2. After start checklist completed.
We just finished our after start checklist. So that means both engines are hot and ready to go. Just accelerate our pushback.
Member joined.
Pushback complete. Please set park brake to on.
Okay, we've done the pushback.
Park brake on.
We have switched on the power brakes.
Brakes set. You may disconnect the tow.
Okay.
Bypass pin have been removed.
Member
Phone is
joined.
disconnected. Have
So-
a good flight, sir.
Now before taxi, we'll just make some. We'll just do the control checklist.
Full up, check. Full down, check.
You can yeah, here.
Full left, check. Full right, check. Pedal full left, check. Pedal full right, check. Flight control check completed.
Okay. So now let's contact the approach term. We're ready for taxi. Geneva approach Lufthansa 2906. We are ready for taxi.
Lufthansa 2906 taxi holding point. Go runway 05 via outer.
We taxi to holding point Golf for runway 05 via outer Lufthansa 2906. So
Park brake off.
That's straight ahead. That's easy taxi. Let's go there now. So why is the flight attendant calling me?
Passengers are wearing. Cabin is ready for takeoff.
Okay, don't worry, we'll take off soon.
Passengers unhappy that in the cabin too hot. May I ask you to
No,
set
this
a
is
lower
a joke.
temperature?
This is really a joke, and she's really
Okay.
annoying me. She's really annoying me. She was telling me 3 times before that the cabin was too cold, and now it's too hot. Okay, yeah, I understand. I just set it too high. Yeah, let's just put it to normal. Now we can switch off the APU. We have our engine starting, and we just need to. We forgot to switch on our taxi lights and landing lights. Just put our engine selector back to normal, and we'll prepare our aircraft for takeoff configuration. So that's flaps 2.
Flaps 1. Flaps 2.
And we arm our
Spoilers arm.
spoilers, and we configure our auto brake to maximum in case we reject our takeoff. We'll also need to turn off our packs as we're taking off without the packs. We have switched off our packs, okay. And what's left on our checklist to do? We have the T case. We have to just set a T case here to TARA. And before lining up the runway, we are going just to put our transponder mode on C. Let's see if any ATC coverage has appeared. No, it's still nothing here.
Lufthansa 2906 wind with 060 degrees 3 knots runway 05 clear for takeoff.
Runway 05 clear for takeoff. Can you please repeat the wind instruction, Lufthansa 2906?
Lufthansa 2906 wind is 060 degrees 3 knots.
So wind is 060 degrees 3 knots and clear for takeoff. Runway 05 Lufthansa 2906. So it gave us the clearance to take off. We're lining up this runway here. So, and as soon as we line up, we are clear for takeoff and getting airborne. Okay, so we're ready for takeoff. Let's just set our transponder
Before
mode.
takeoff checklist completed.
Let's just tell cabin to sit.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
Okay, so we're ready. Let's take off now. I think our brakes are off. Yeah, brakes are off, so should just stabilize our engine power here. Stabilize. Takeoff power.
Power set. .100 knots.
V1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up. Flaps 1.
Okay, we are airborne now.
Lufthansa 2906 radar identified, climb flight level 150 when passing flight level 900, left turn cruise direct outward.
Okay, so I just didn't hear his instructions. Geneva Control, Lufthansa 2906, can you please repeat?
Lufthansa 2906, no problem, you are radar identified. Climb
Autopilot
flight
1,
level
cross-check.
150. When passing flight level 900, left turn approved, direct Airbus.
So we climbed level 150, and when reaching level 090, we're just turning left, Lufthansa 2906.
Flaps 0.
Need to check, sir, if everything is okay with the lights.
Turn our packs on. So now we're airborne. And we're
After takeoff checklist completed. Standard Barrow cross-check. Passing flight level 074.
the controller tells us that after passing 090, we will turn direct leg vote. So I think that's what we're gonna do automatically here. We are passing level 090 and turning left direct leg vote Lufthansa 2906.
minus 6 Roger, and fly higher at 123
What's switcher Unicom 122.8. Thank you very much for the control, sir. Bye bye.
Error. Disengaged.
We are airborne. So we'll keep on our climb to level 300 as we have planned. 320. So I'll meet you guys later at the second part of this video during the approach phase in Strasbourg. So right now we are climbing to our cruising altitude, and we will cruise till the descent point. I'll catch you guys later on the second part of the video. Bye bye.